According to reports from a lot of insiders or a lot of tabloids in Spain, especially Catalan, they said they are reporting Barcelona will not return to the Spotify Camp Nou this season. I knew it. I knew that Barcelona cannot play some matches at the Spotify Camp Nou this season. Considering the kind of work and the images I do see concerning the work going on at the Spotify Camp Nou at the moment, it's very difficult for Barcelona to return to the stadium. And then with the issue of the neighbors or those around Spotify Camp Nou didn't want to understand or didn't want to agree for Barcelona, the workers at the Spotify Camp Nou, to work in the evening or during the night was one other major issue that affects or that influenced the delay of the project. But we are in Europe, they are white, they are not black, so definitely they know their right, and they're actually going to protect their rights. And the state and the nation, the city council will also protect their rights. So I think probably by next year, Barcelona will return to the Spotify Camp Nou, and I think that's where they are going to start the season. I mean, considering where they are going and then them not being able to return this year, I think probably by the beginning of next year, Barcelona will be able to return to the Spotify Camp Nou and start the season there. Because of this Spotify Camp Nou, that is the main reason why Barcelona wants to sign a veteran in the game, a valuable player who can be who can be commercially sold out to the market for a lot of investors, for supporters, and for other people to come up and follow Barcelona, for Barcelona to be more attractive. Before a club will become attractive commercially for investors to invest their money in the club, there must be a key member in the squad who can be sold, who they can use to campaign when it comes to some moments that you need a personality to generate revenue with. And I understand why Barcelona wants to sign Neymar dos Santos Jr. And yesterday in my video, I said commercially it was a good deal, but on the pitch, it's not a good deal for Barcelona at all. And according to what I am hearing or what I've seen, clearly shows Hansi Flick does not trust Neymar. And the signing of Neymar is in doubt because Hansi Flick doubts the physical strength of Neymar. Regarding Neymar's injury records, for the past 3 years, he hasn't been active in active football. He hasn't been playing consistently. He just signed for Santos and he has played 4 or 5 matches for Santos. Let's wait. And if he's being able to be consistent, play 20 matches without an injury, then we can now say Neymar has returned to the best of his physical ability or the best of his physical form or status. And if Neymar cannot prove that he's physically enough, he's physically competent to play for or to play an active European game, because Al Nassr signed Neymar commercially, he impacted the revenue or the economy of Al Hilal. He influenced the economy commercially, but on the pitch he did nothing for Al Hilal. That led to the termination of his contract mutually. So if Barcelona are going to sign Neymar or Santos, and then he can't contribute something on the pitch, and we all know that Hansi Flick is a very ambitious coach, and his system is always going to be prioritized in every match. So if the system is going to be the priority, and then Neymar, who can't be a key member in the system, you can't go and sign Neymar in the best form. He's having a good season. You can't doubt the qualities of Neymar. So you can't go and sign Neymar and then you expect him to come and be on the bench. If only he will admit to be on the bench. And then now, the player being active on the pitch, playing day in, day out, will guarantee you some investment or will guarantee you that commercial mileage that you need in the system. So if Neymar is always on the bench, that means supporters will come to the pitch and now they will not see Neymar on the pitch playing. That means if supporters come on the pitch and they do not see Neymar on the pitch playing, the following day they will not come because they know definitely a certain Neymar is not going to start in that particular match. And the Flick's game or system is very intense. They play with a lot of intensity. So you need young, energetic, and then physically fit players to be able to fit into the system. But Neymar, I doubt. And even if Neymar is physically fit to play, is Neymar that kind of player whose off the ball position or who's off the ball impact on the game will be good for Hansi Flick because we know Neymar is very lazy. He does not want to do more of a tackles or make a lot of rounds without the ball. So I think Hansi Flick saying or Hansi Flick doubting the presence or the abilities and physical strength of Neymar concerning his system actually makes sense. And one bad news at the camp of FC Barcelona is that Gavi didn't train with the team today because of his fever. Gavi didn't play in the match against Real Sociedad because he had a fever. And people thought he was dropped or he couldn't even play 1 minute because Hansi Flick dropped me. He saw and he thought that the system or the kind of my or the kind of performance Gavi has been displaying in recent matches hasn't been at the highest level, which I agree. Gavi has not been at the best of his form this season after he returned from his ACL injury. But if Gavi is fit, he's physically good. I think for some 10-15 minutes, he will be able to get that minutes and play in a match because he recovered from an ACL injury, a dangerous injury that sidelined him for almost 1 year. So he will need time to recover to the best shape. And that is what Hansi Flick is actually doing to Gavi. And I think going forward, he will return to his best form. I mean, Gavi is one of the hearts of FC Barcelona. If this guy is playing for Barcelona, you could see someone is playing with passion. He loves the game. He always wants to give his best out for the club. He always wants to leave everything on the pitch. That's Gavi. And this guy is needed in some matches. There are some matches you don't need ball control. You need energy. You need combative midfielder in the midfield to be able to battle with the opponent. When it comes to 50-50 balls and area duels, you need a player in the midfield to be a bit combative, to be a bit rough, to be a bit aggressive, and to be able to, face the opponent's pressure. And that's what Gavi brings on board. So his return, irrespective of him being in a bad shape, not being in a good shape after his injury, is very, very integral for FC Barcelona. And going forward, his recovery will actually help Barcelona in the difficult moments of the season that we've gotten to. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's Albertine Sports on YouTube. You subscribe and then you turn on post notifications.